from the sky. No one and no alibi. Life burning hotter than the sun. Fake prophets cashing in the dream, selling hope through a broken beam. What's the truth? Where's it gone?
All right. Welcome to Goof On Tonight. I'm your host, Rich Giordano, and it is Friday. It's 10/10/25. Glad to be alive. You see, my head went this way when I said that because I'm not glad. No, I am glad. For you. It is a Friday, and, right? It's Friday? Okay. Heading into this weekend, we're getting into nice, cool weather. The fall is here in Florida, and I'm going to take advantage of it. Going to be doing some outside video recording. Don't know what it's going to be, but maybe, just maybe, when the clouds leave the area, we can do the night sky watch for the members. Remember 7 months ago when you guys were, and we hit the goal? Yeah, that's the show we're going to do. Remember that? I don't forget. But I do want to do that at midnight. So that might not jive with some people's schedules. But that's the love of the conspiracy and trying to catch this stuff on video. So we'll be trying that soon. And tonight, yeah, oh God, there's... All right. Let me, before the show, I get into a mental state. And I motivate myself. I'm not telling you how, but I get a little, I don't know, maybe too angry, too emotional over this stuff. I want to talk about the pyramids. They're somewhat important, I guess, to UFO. Maybe that's what we want to believe because the mystery around the pyramids must mean aliens built it. It's got to be that. Humans couldn't have done it. Oh, no. But we have no evidence that aliens did it. All we have is some interesting and unexplainable ways of carving, connecting, and building pyramids and all sorts of structures back in the day. In the day, who knows, 10, 15, maybe 30,000 years ago. Gobekli Tepe, is it? Is that the one that now they're saying is 15,000 years old? And another one over there that they're saying is 30,000. I forget the name of it. And what about Yamaguchi-ku, right? What about Yamaguchi? Am I saying that wrong? The underwater pyramid that so many people want to dismiss as a natural... There's nothing else like it on the planet underwater. This looks like a pyramid house. It's got alleyways, it's got rooftops, it looks like it's got rooms, and yeah, it's wild. And it's a pyramid shape. Nature can't do things in right angle turns, but it did. All over. Oh, it's an anomaly. It's a once in a life. Now, shut off. I love that Yamaguchi area. It's Gucci. I want to go there. But you have to be an experienced scuba diver. I don't have any experience with the scoobs, so we're going to keep our scoobs up above the water for that one. I would just love to go there and just see it, just from above. You can see it. And then they got the one in India, the biggest one, right? Isn't that where, or is that Spain? There's pyramids that are twice the size of the ones in Egypt. Blow it away. And it's got all the foliage all over it. And then this one guy decided to dig up, and he found stairs and structure and an entrance into an underground, into the, I mean, it's an amazing thing. It's natural. No, it's not. Hate when they say that. Oh, natural. No way man was around back. Why do people dismiss what is right in front of them? It bothers me to no end. I don't like it. It doesn't make any sense why we have history books if you're not going to fix the lies. Maybe they're not lies. Maybe they're accidental at the time information that you had. So let's update it. Here's version 98, right? We update it every time we get a new finding. Boom. No harm, no foul. And history is in store. It's complete. There's no reason to lie. What? Friday's the slow night of the week. I almost didn't do a show tonight because it's Friday. But we've had some good, results on Fridays the last couple of months. So I thought I'd do a Friday show. Yeah, why? Got a problem? Who's here tonight? Hey, Slim Shay. How you doing? How you been? Good to see you back. Juge Anje, the angel of goof on and rich saves America. What's up, Jay? Apostate plus tax and license. How you doing? Good to see you. Welcome back. Who's this guy? Brian Yates. How you doing? Good to see you. Hey, Kelly. Heart's back at you. Good to see you. How you feeling? Hope everything's going well. I really mean it. Josh Gates drove that site and said it was natural. No. I saw that. Unexplained Mysteries or whatever he does. I don't remember him saying that. Josh Gates said that it was natural? Holy macadam. No, that somebody must have got to him. Yes. Because he used to believe it. Yes, you remember that too. What is going on with people? Stick to your guns, man. We're talking about history. Somebody had to have gotten to him. There's no way that's natural. No way. My thing is, why are UFOs tied in with all of these pyramids? I think, really, it's just because the pyramids look cool. They look like pyramids. How'd they get there? Nobody knows. What's that? Is that a light? Oh, I see. They built it. No. Man, well, maybe. Well, I don't know. The pyramids are so amazing around this world. It boggles everybody's mind. And the people who don't buy, who say they don't buy, that they're this old or whatever, they believe what you and I believe. They're just paid off. They have to say what they have to say. And this is what I don't like about the world. This is how the whole world works. Bernie, what do you say? Good to see you. How's your fam? Hope everybody's doing well. What's up, Treesees? Chicken Coop Confidential. Ocean! Is Earth a giant energy grid? And oh yeah, and the pyramids are the nodes. Well, sure. So ley lines come into play now. So if you were to take all of the pyramids and find out where they're located and do the ley line thing, you're going to find that these pyramids are on the ley lines. Like, there's no doubt about it. It's, I don't see, there's so many unbelievable things about Earth. It blows my mind. If I didn't say your name in the intro, it doesn't mean I don't love you. It means I got too much to talk about. But I love you. Welcome to the show. We got a lot of show to do. So, what I believe is that the earth is alive. I know. I know. If you think about how we are as a species and all the other animals and insects and things that are living up above the ground, we're living on the crust for all intents and purposes, right? That's kind of like those birds that stand on the back of the hippopotamuses and they clean each other up, They clean all the bugs out of their eyes and anus hole. Same thing with sharks and the orca. They got the little fish that nibble and get all the sea life off of them. What are those, urchins and barnacles? They eat that stuff and they keep them clean. And they work together, even though they may not be the best of friends. They use each other. It's kind of how the earth is to us. Now, the earth doesn't need us to survive. It does itself well, all on its own. And if you think about why I say it's alive, it's because of the way, well, it's everything. It's the plate tectonics. Let's talk about that. Moving pieces of land, actual continents, right? And we're on the spinning ball. That, forget about all that stuff. Let's just keep it right here for the aliens. Somehow, some way, this part of history isn't having any, since 12,005, hold on. Since 1908. That was when Tunguska happened, which they think Nikola Tesla accidentally fired his death ray and it went off course and it hit the North Pole area or Russia. But that was the last time the planet was hit, other than the crater in Arizona that's a mile wide, right? We have been in a relatively quiet existence. Earth is tilted right at the right place. Jupiter keeps us safe from all incoming objects, for the most part. And apparently it's all coming to an end. It has to. But that's okay for the Earth. The Earth is a replenishing, refurbishing, always keeping fresh type of place. All that, the land going underneath and creating new land as it crushes the old stuff, it just wipes it away, and everything we know in existence will eventually be moved. Yeah. Eventually there's going to be an impact that's going to hit a city. We saw that 2012, right? The one that went near Russia and all the windows shattered. We've had ghost calls. And I'm afraid that the 3-eye atlas that they're, now you got to see this shit. I forgot about the video evidence that they now say they have. I don't even know if I should show it. Matter of fact, I don't even have it planned tonight to show you 3-eye atlas. Guys, it is the silliest, most, oh, here it is, I think. Oh, we got sounds. But the earth is a living thing. And what if 3-eye atlas is a mothership heading this way? What if it is? What does that mean? Does that mean that's the end of days as we know it? Right? Or Is it the end of days in a good way? Things change. We're now going to have alien integration. Maybe this is why they opened up the border. Think. They knew about Three Eye Atlas. They knew there was going to be 20, 30 million of these things, aliens. So they just opened up the border, said, fuck it. If they're going to come here and take over anyway, everything we know, money, work, everything's going to change. We won't have to work anymore. Food will magically appear, I guess. I don't know. But apparently everything's going to be Gucci. Everything's going to be good. Only Jeanette would know why I would say Gucci. I think. Eli, the people's guy. All right, hold on. I'm pulling up some of the... But the Earth, and I think Mars was alive. As a matter of fact, it's barely alive. It's got a heartbeat still, right? Just imagine everything is alive. It is. And for whatever reason, we don't know, Mars had an atmosphere that was wiped away. And it looks like, that big gash. And I don't like it when people say, oh, no, that couldn't have been an impact. Or, oh, no, that couldn't have been some sort of laser. Nobody knows. Nobody knows. What would cause that canyon in there? That scar on Mars. That had to be how Mars became the way it is now. It had to be. And they say that was over 1 billion years ago they had an atmosphere over there. But we could have come over from there. Right? We could have. They'll never tell us. These are the things that are keeping everybody interested. Like, are we from Mars? There's structures, obviously, on Mars. We have seen them with our own eyes. You can't deny that huge square that's like, the base of a pyramid. But there's a lot of evidence over there. Can you imagine it's 1 billion years ago and it's still there like that? I don't think so. I think 1 billion years it would be wiped clean. It would be... Unless Mars does not have plate tectonics, does it? I don't think it does. I don't think it has the engine that, with the molten lava, creates this replenishing and rebuilding of land. And changing everything. That if you look at the world, you look at the map, you can see where the pieces fit. Right? What was it? 300,000 years ago? When everything was one big, what do they call that? The Pangea? I don't know. I can't remember everything. All right, I'm going to go down a row here of information. So I don't want you to get lost. But I like to kick off each show, try to, with an important message on X from Anjali. Let's take a look and see what Anjali's saying today. Shall we? Here we go. Anjali is right here in X and she's... All right, here we go. She says, hey, it's difficult to post. It's a difficult post to write. Not because I'm conflicted, but because of the finality of it. While in the past I have stated that I trust Richard Doty. God, I thought it was me. I can admit that I did not know him well enough to bestow such public trust upon him. At that time, I knew that I liked him and that he was always kind to me, especially during a time when so few people in ufology were. That meant a lot to me. I have now been in this community for 4.5 years. I can say with confidence that there were numerous things that I personally got wrong. Oh, wow. I have learned from many of you who are reading this that the depth and coordination of deception and smear campaigns are nearly bottomless. That the organization of the fight for the hearts and minds of the public perception and opinion is staggering and dirty. That with just a few wrongly stated or correctly stated but unpopular words from a well-meaning person, a silent signal can be sent to release a metaphorical pack of wild, hungry dogs to eviscerate that trustworthy individual. Having said that, while I hope for good health and long happy life for Richard Doty and his family, I disavow myself from any previous statements I may have made that indicated that I trusted him and his intentions towards this community. What? Wow, Rick has lost my trust and support. While it is the responsibility of each of us to form our own opinion or position, WRT, Mr. Doty, and everything else in this field, I strongly caution you to tread safely. Yes, keep both eyes open, and your third, and keep your critical mind sharp for those of you who need help. Being a seeker of truth in this community is akin to waking the edge of an old crumbling cliff while never knowing who may shove you from behind until the very moment you feel their hands on you and you catch a glimpse of their face and true character as you are helplessly tumbling over the edge. As another woman recently quoted about ufology, the truth will set you free, but first it'll piss you off. Wow, what happened? Bruce Fenton says you could probably see why I essentially research and write in almost solitary confinement conditions while keeping a very small online friend circle from this app. Well, Richard Doty, look, when you first get into this field, you don't know anything. You don't know the people. You don't. Anjali, I think, the way it seems, came in virtually blind to the people, everything. She didn't know the cliques. She didn't know the rumors. She doesn't know the grifters. She didn't know. So she said some things. Look, I trust Richard Doty, she said, not knowing, there's some history there with his credibility. Good for her to come out and say that. I think it's important that we do voice our opinion in such a way that it's harmless yet constructive, because she said something that was very, very nice and not very nice, disavowing someone. Now, he may have thought they were friends. Well, we don't know what happened for this to happen, but she got it right. I appreciate that. All right, let's move on. That's an Anjali story for today. Till next time. All right. So the funny thing is, we didn't do a show yesterday. Whenever we did the last show, there was the whistleblower. This is funny. I didn't even think about this. Who couldn't go, because Stephen Greenstreet brought this up, couldn't go on Congress and do the whistleblower routine, but was able to go on Jeremy Corbell's podcast. How's that? I mean, either way, it's a couple of hours of your life. I don't get it. I don't get it. Hold on, I'm looking. Yeah, that's just, to me, I don't know. I'm just bringing it up because Greenstreet brought it up. That was pretty funny. Christopher Bledsoe wants to thank every one of you, between 400 and 500 people, who came for the River Fest Skywatch last Saturday night on Wrightsville Beach, North Carolina. Here's a little clip. It says here, you can see through the hazy sky was hazy, cloudy, and a bright moon. We still had a very successful show. They had a show. Like what? What, a UFO show? If they had a UFO show, I have got to go to the next one. Yep. Yeah, yay! I can't wait for the next
Rightsville
one.
Beach.
His videos are always shot like it's on a potato. Look, always blurry, always shit.
Skywatch.
I'm out here with my red, white, and blue ball. I've used this one a lot because it gives me nice colors. I like colors.
Riverfest 2025.
Yeah, that's it. Blind the aliens. Good. Good one.
And we've seen some.
We've seen this. I'm fucked up. Very fucked up.
Many orbs a night. It's incredible.
Oh, look at that one. It's starting to go out. I wonder if the dimmer switch was on. God dang it, I'm a good sky watcher. Always clear and out of focus. What? I like my impersonation better than his real voice. Free Eye Atlas, get ready. It's going to get crazy. Hold on. Well, hold on. Let me pull this up. I think I got the images. Hold on. 3i Atlas. Hold on. All right. I got it ready. All right, let's have some fun. So, this guy is saying it's real. 3i Atlas. Fasten your seatbelt. Something big is coming. Please let them be right, Lord Jesus. Hallelujah, please. Please, I have boogers in my nose. I probably do, and you guys wouldn't tell me because you're cool like that. Nobody said I had white shit all over my lips last night, and I'm doing a show with this shit on my lips. All right, here we go. Here's 1 minute and 2 seconds of pure love.
People go on live media streams on YouTube.
Listen.
The live stream is back up. It started at 12:20
You hear that noise? Do you know that noise? I know that noise.
UTC time. It's so big I can't make this many parts. It's so big I can't make this many parts. This is insane. Something's happening. I've never seen a continuous line like this. This has to be a line of ships. There's no other explanation for this many things or this big of a thing. Mother Nature cannot produce a line this strong, I made a video about this on TikTok. They blocked the recording. They blocked it when I said it was a fleet of ships. As soon as I put it up, they put sound to it. They're trying to stop me from telling you this, people. This is insane. I called this. I called it before it ever happened. You can go talk to the people. I have witnesses.
Look at that guy's setup. Oh, I see. It's one big 50-inch monitor. Got it.
I have witnesses. I called this was going to happen.
There's no proof there. Zero. It's just a guy pointing at a bunch of dots. That's it. That's it on that guy. Lots of dots. Whoa, we got a bunch of crazy. I'm not playing them, but okay. All right. Let's hold on. We got Tim Burchett talking to Carl Weathers, Tucker Carlson. Oh, wait. Oh, I accidentally downloaded the same thing twice. Okay. So we got that. And then hold on, I'm looking. SETI researchers just dropped a bombshell a few hours ago, according to Mr. MBB 33333. The team behind the search, for SETI, says there's a real chance 3i Atlas isn't natural. Isn't. They estimate a 30 to 40% chance it's artificial in origin. Sorry, I'm joking. That's significant. That's amazing. We've never had anything like this before. Do you understand? I may be a little bit crazy and whatnot, but seriously, this is bizarro. This is bizarre. I'm telling you, if this is real, we're in for a world-changing event. I can't wait till next year. Isn't it next year? 26, right? Now, they're all like Avi Loeb and that part of ufology is trying to get us to believe that this is some sort of mothership or alien cruiser that's out gathering information about the planets in our solar system, just like we would do if we were to go to some other solar system. So, it's not the first time we've had this issue. It's happened many, many times. As a matter of fact, the last time we had a real serious thought of aliens coming here was August 22nd, 1974, I believe is the date. Let me go back and take a look. Yep, that's the date. John Greenwald Jr. Put this up. This is good. Let me get myself up and out. So it says the U.S. Defense Department has decided to acknowledge that flying saucers from other planets do exist, says the head of America's most conservative UFO research group. The announcement will be made during the next several months and could come much sooner because of the rapidly increasing number of documented UFO incidents. I.J. Lawrenson, executive director of the Tucson-based Aerial Phenomena Research Organization, told Tatler. What is that? That's T-A-P-R, TAPRO. A projection similar to Lorenzo's was made recently by UFO expert and author Ralph Bloom and was published in the June 16th issue of Tatler. Bloom, who, with his wife, authored the new book, Beyond Earth, Man's Contact with UFOs, said he has information the U.S. government will soon admit that UFOs are real and come from outer space. And then there's a whole little story here. He said he's convinced that the visitors from space mean Earthlings to harm, and official acknowledgement of them will open a golden age for man. The government has previously consistently denied the existence of UFOs, despite the fact that polls show about half of America's population believe they are real. That's amazing. This was 74, 50 years ago, 51. I love history. But there it is in tan and black. It's not black and white. I'm going to save that. That's a really interesting story. The National Tatler, August 25th, 1974. All right. It can't get any better than what we're doing here tonight. The information overload has reached all the way to GoofOn. This is amazing. Did you know there's a remote viewer who made contact with 3i Atlas? Can we just call it Atlas from here on out? All right. I like saying the whole thing. I don't know why. But, yeah, we have been warned for 200 years. Who said that? 2,000 years, yeah. Metalhead. Sorry, guys, I know you're in there. Thanks for hanging out and commenting. I'm sure the moderators will highlight those good ones. I'm joking. I don't know if you will. Remote viewer Sebastian Martin says, I can't do this, can I? Says Intel contacts asked him to remote view Atlas. He claims he saw a mothership with live occupants. There it is. Hello. And that CERN, I'm sorry, let me repeat that. He claims he saw a mothership with live occupants and that a CERN insider told him a portal was open to communicate with them. Mwah. Thank you, ufology, for being you. Thank you, science. Thank you, CERN. God, I love this world. Let's listen to the video of this. Oh my God, Sebastian, it's a whole 22 minutes? Oh, we can't. But let's take a second to give this guy his dues. Wow, what a great guy. Hey, did you hear? Did you hear? Did you hear? All right, here we go.
Right now, hot button topic.
Right. So I remote viewed the objects first, and I basically was determining that it was more of a craft, more of a mothership.
Okay.
I'm not the only one who came up with this idea. Like I already basically expressed it to other people I know, and a lot of other remote viewers have also been saying that I can confirm whatever you've been seeing. And then more recently, I was in touch with a person, like a scientist. So I spoke to an astrophysicist.
Did you hear what happened? Let me play it again. Listen to what he said.
The objects first, and I basically was determining that it was more of a craft, more of a mothership.
Okay.
I'm not the only one who came up with this idea. Like I already basically expressed it to other people I know, and a lot of other remote viewers have also been saying that I can confirm whatever you've been seeing.
Oh, really? He spoke to other. Look. It's on my nose. I know what it is. It's the drink. When I drink it, my nose hits the cap, and there was some stuff on it from the drink. So what happens is, this is how the grift works. Everybody knows they can't remote view. Everybody knows it. Everybody's playing the same grift game. You know it too. So they all go along with the lie. So the first guy goes, oh, yeah, I remote viewed and got a mothership with occupants, like 7. Yes, I got 7 or 8 too. Leading. Yeah. So that, that's kind of how it goes. They feed off each other's lie. Oh, yeah, they want to come here and they want to feed. Yeah, I got that too. They want to feed off our planet. Feed. No, I got feed off of us. But if you want to go with the other way. See, remote viewers, they're psychics. And I know what you're going to say. I know what I would say it too. Oh, Rich, even you said the CIA knows that remote viewing is real. Yeah, just because they said it doesn't mean it's true. And since when are we believing the CIA? Oh, because they said something we liked? So we're going to, hey, yeah, I believe what they believe now. Please. All right. So he's saying, I got all these other people are in on it too with me.
And then more recently, I was in touch with a person, like a scientist. So I spoke to an astrophysicist who worked at CERN, and she opened up to what she experienced there. And I was quite amazed by the content. So indirectly, she was introduced to me from a person in the intelligence world.
Who? Give us the name of the lady at CERN.
And she felt compelled to address it. She was more of a consultant working for CERN.
Okay.
And as a young person, she was basically at the same time shocked and excited.
Imagine this. The guy's just bold-faced lying. And the guy's buying into it that he really spoke to this person at CERN. Anybody, this is how the lie goes. You think CERN is going to reach out and go, no, I never talked to him. No.
About what she saw and what she heard. And the content of that was at CERN, they've used their collider to open up a portal to communicate with extraterrestrial beings.
Whoa.
And one of them are the occupants from 3i Atlas.
Okay. That's an incredible statement. So you remote viewed 3i Atlas. Did you do that on your own, or were you tasked with this assignment?
I was tasked by the same intelligence.
Of course you were paid.
People I'm working with to look at the object.
Come on, Yankee Doodle, you were paid.
because those had concerns. But what I saw as a remote viewer was a mothership with occupants on board, and they were mostly Draco reptilian occupants.
Okay.
That's what I saw as a remote viewer. And
Okay.
And that was corroborated by other remote viewers seeing the same
Yes,
thing.
that's correct. Yes,
The ship and Draco.
that's correct. One of them is John Vivenko, who is also a known remote viewer.
Professional
And,
bullshit
he announced
artist.
it publicly as well. And other people from the Stargate program as well. So they basically all came up with the same idea. And when I was asked to talk to this astrophysicist, I was kind of surprised because I had no contacts at CERN directly. And then all of a sudden I was talking to this woman. And she was telling me that the portal that was opening up to speak to those beings was already in existence, like almost like in a boardroom setting. So they show up and then they interact with scientists and communicate directly with them.
Okay, wait. So I know this is some of our audience might understand what you're saying, but to be clear, CERN already has a room and a technology to open a portal to talk to extraterrestrials.
Yes.
But
And it's in a boardroom.
recently, they also used it to communicate with the beings on 3i Atlas.
That's
Yep. And they have it set up just like a boardroom. Right? Screen on, Captain. Hello, 3i Atlas. Can you hear us? Oh, that's great. What did he say? Translation, Captain, says we're doing fine. Fuck you. What? Hey, why are you being so hostile? No, you misunderstood. I said, how are you? Come on, guys. We got to get the communications in check here. If we're going to be getting it that wrong, wait a minute. Oh, his wife's chiming in. What did she say now? She says she's going to make some goulash. I don't eat goulash. 3i Atlas doesn't have a restaurant like you guys have. They've got to beam it up. All right. God, that was stupid. All right, let's move on from this. I'm going to put the link to this interview. It's not a YouTube video. It's from X, but I'm going to put the link to the X video here so you can watch this. I think you'll enjoy it. I didn't realize it was 22 minutes, or else I would have picked another day and talked about it a lot longer. But you'll like it. It's interesting. Next. Oh. Let's keep it in the same vein. Shall we? 3i Atlas. Hold on. I have a certain order I want to play this in. Okay, here we go. So, all right, I'm going to go off. This is just an advertisement for a movie that's coming out, The Age of Disclosure. There we go. I guess it's got all these flukes in it.
Coming out pretty soon, if it's ever allowed to come out. I was in it a little bit. And then you have former members of the CIA. You have others that positively say they were there. And they identified these things. They diagnosed them and they saw them. They saw the craft. And there's enough people out there saying it, but they're just so suppressed. And the media moves on so fast on something. There's a
the whistleblower from 2 years ago, I guess now.
Wow.
We had a 3-hour interview with him.
Ah! What was that?
We had a
Holy head of hair. Wow. Wow. Is that a... A ginger? Bond? A ginger? This is an anomaly, this guy. Look at the waves of hair. It just goes on and on. My God, and he's got a suit and tie on like a mortician. What are you doing? Autopsies after the podcast?
3-hour interview with him. I felt like we got some new stuff, and probably not things I can talk about on a podcast, but we were, let's say, discouraged from actually including it in the final.
Discouraged by Mr. Grush or by other people?
Other people.
Oh my. Oh geez.
Oh,
this is everybody's least favorite part of the conversation is the shadowy cover up.
I'm
Deep
sorry,
state
I missed
bullshit,
Super
frankly. But staying on the idea of a fuller picture for a minute, this is going to feel
chicken
maybe
coop.
like jumping ahead, but we're going to keep our conversation sort of tight today. So
We actually interviewed David Grush, the whistleblower from 2 years ago, I guess now.
Wow.
We had a 3-hour.
All right. Hey, chicken coop. I didn't see it. I must have been talking. Thanks for the, I can't pull it up. Let me see if I can get it here. But thank you for the, there it is, $2. Appreciate the support. That's right. I forgot to mention it because, we're not all about money. But if you want to help support Truthology for Ufology, all the links are in the show description. We do survive. Our activism is based on your help as much as we can. We appreciate it. I don't know what I just said. Jammer Travels threw down $5. Thank you, Chicken Coop Confidential and Jammer Travels for a $5 super dono. That's 2 super donos. I'm going to explode this. Thanks, guys. Continuing supporter of Goof on Jammer. For both of you guys, let's go old school. Can we do that? What do we got for these guys? Anything old school? Is this it? Where is it? No. Matt, where's the old school?
Whoa, you're such a fucking hypocrite.
No. No. What happened? Did I remove? I must have removed it. Thank you guys for the super chats of love and gush all over the hate out there. Thanks, guys. Yep, I found it. All right. That was your first official dono? Ah, well, it felt good. Like you've been doing it forever. How'd you get all that practice, I wonder? What have you been doing? Jammer, have you? Did you? Go to another show and super chat? All right, check this out. This is the stuff that keeps people up at night, George Knapp says. Are we living inside an alien simulation? Good Lord, why? Why, George? Why? A multi-dimensional movie, perhaps? This is what Georgie is saying. Why? Why go there? Why bring that up now, of all times, in all places, of all things? George Knapp, in that zone where curiosity outpaced the conversation, a decade before most were asking these questions. Are we living in an alien simulation? Simulation.
All going to be circumstance for you. Is
Circumcised.
the moment that you approach him, the mood that he's in, what else is going on in his life at the time. You might hit the jackpot and get him at exactly the right time, and the universe is aligned and he's willing to talk about it. But you'd have to be awfully lucky. Because in general, Bob doesn't like to talk about it. I think he's very happy in his life. He's happy to have left the UFO stuff behind. He misses his friends. He misses John Lear. He misses Gene Huff, maybe even me to some extent. But he doesn't miss the UFO topic, and he doesn't miss talking about it.
No, that's why he's always on X with quotes from the last podcast he was on. No, he doesn't want anything to do with it. No, why would Bob Lazar want to do anything with the UFO community?
Because ultimately it's disturbing. These are disturbing issues. They go to the heart of who we are as people.
People?
as human beings, the nature of reality itself. Is this a computer simulation? Are we all
up,
the
V-Man?
product of an alien video game? Or some multi-dimensional movie, drive-in movie theater production or something? Big questions, disturbing answers, and Bob has never been comfortable in talking
Look at the makeup on his eyes. This has got to be about 10 years ago, eh?
about it. Never.
Yeah, it's about 10 years ago. He doesn't even have the chicken neck yet. He's got that chicken neck going. When I lost weight, I saw my chicken neck coming in. I could almost do it now. I gained it back, but oh, it was so bad. I looked like an old man. Not going to be dead yet. All right, Tucker. Tucker Carlson asks Tim Birdshit, what do you think UFOs are? God created the heavens and the earth. I think there's something else out there. I do not think we are the best God can do. Dare you? The Bible was made about us. It wasn't made about elephants. It wasn't made about grays. It wasn't made about the tall whites. It was made about humans. Come on, man. See, this is why you can't bring religion with ufology. You can't do it, don't do it, shouldn't do it. Go.
You, more than any member of Congress, have thought about this as candidly as you can answer. What do you think, based on what you've heard, the UFOs are?
That's enough. No, I'm kidding.
Actually,
I think, again,
I think I love
God
you.
created the heavens and the earth. And every night I go out with my dogs, usually at 4 o'clock in the morning. They go to the bathroom and look at those stars.
Yep.
And I see the light from those stars. And it's hard for my very small brain to comprehend this. A light from those stars left there before the time of Christ. And some of those stars don't even exist that we're looking at today.
right.
Which is hard for me to fathom, or as the good old boys would say, hard for me to fathom. But I think there's something else out there. I do not think we are the best that God can do. Now, is there something here as proposed to me with these deep sea areas? I don't know. Has something been here? But the way for me to comprehend anything traveling light years, I mean, it's just beyond belief. That is beyond belief. But now there's this quantum, I've been explaining quantum physics, and I really don't understand it, how something can be here and instantaneously be here almost simultaneously. And that to me begs the question of how does that fit into all this? And if something's here in these deep sea areas, has it been here for, thousands of years? And that's the other question. That's what, these folks in the Navy kind of, and I have to be real careful.
With the folks in the Navy, what?
That I've talked to about this undersea type.
And what have they said?
They said, we don't know what's down there. And they said, we think there's a reason that they're over these deep sea areas that we cannot get to.
And
so
their belief is whatever these things are,
they've been here.
Yep.
And obviously if they meant harm to us, we're doing a pretty good job of harming ourselves. Just look at our political structure. But the truth is that we just don't know, and I don't know. My thoughts are kind of evolving on it, Tucker, to be honest with you, because I get to the point sometimes where I'm kind of beat down. I think, oh, this is crazy. There can't be. But how many of these people got to come forward to me that I know and respect, tell me what they've seen, and there's no explanation for it. And so I just think it's another one of those things I'm not going to know till I'm in heaven.
That's the thing. That's the mystery. We want to know. But I think we are making something out of the 3-eye atlas that we don't need to make any. They're trying to make it like the atlas thing is a threat. And if it's not a threat, then it's going to be friendly aliens? We don't have any communication with this thing. Oh, let me get the pictures. I was going to pull that up. You got to see this shit. Let me see if I actually can. Oh, yeah, here we go. So, there's some of the dumbest things I've seen. I can't believe what's going on. Check this out. Let me get myself a little small. So, yeah, I put in 3i Atlas to see what would come up. You know, we're familiar with some of these. But there's a video. And I got to show you the video. I bet you MBB333 has it. I should probably go to his, oh wait, maybe here.
Yeah. You know,
it's not here.
We should watch the other side.
Now, these are, it looks like a ship, what they show. And they're trying to say it's real. Like, it's a real ship. Here's one of them. This is, I don't know what's going on here, but this is one of the pictures. Right? I don't know what that is. And then you got this, you know, kind of weird. Looks like a piece of a puzzle, you know, puzzle piece. I don't know what that is. That's not it. Oh, here we go. I think we're getting there. Is this it? Yeah, this is part of it. This is it. Look at this. This is supposed to be 3i Atlas. Look at this. It looks like a capsule. I don't think this is really it. I don't know what we're looking through here. Is this the lens? The outer lens? But you can see if this is real, there's squares here, maybe windows. But this is allegedly the UFO, the 3i Atlas UFO. Can you imagine? And it kind of does look like that, right? If you think about it, you get this kind of squarish V-neck type of thing, and then you come back here, and you know, it could be somewhere. There's the V-neck, maybe. I don't know. There's no way, guys. No way. Big ship.
With another solar storm impact coming in.
Yeah, that's a big ship right there, guys. That is a big ship.
Bullship.
Some point you're gonna get it.
You're gonna get it.
That is one big ship that just came in right there.
Say word.
Heck yeah, that's why they got the site down, because they know they're coming in mass now.
They think that the government shut down because they would get pictures of 3i Atlas if the government was open, they said. Sebastian Martin, get the hell out of here. All right, listen to this. One more video here. And then I got something else I got to show you. Let's pull that up.
Recognition that we're not alone. That they've calculated that the only way to do this and not disrupt society entirely. You know Hal Puthoff? Do you know who he is?
Yeah.
Do you know that story about how when he was George Bush, the original, Herbert Walker, he wanted to disclose. And what they were going to say was, we have recovered crashed UFOs that we have back engineered, and we have biological entities. There are things that are not of this world, and they're far more intelligent than us. It brought in a bunch of scientists and a bunch of scholars, and I want you to write down on the positives and the negatives of society, like the societal impact of disclosure, and give a numerical value to what it's going to do to the financial world, what it's going to do to the religious world, what it's going to do to government. At the end, they all had the same conclusion. The cons far outweighed the pros.
Got it. All right, I'm going to play this. This is really good. Third phase of moon put together a really good video on the 3i Atlas yesterday or the day before. And I meant to play this at the beginning of the show, and I blew it. This is good. They got a lot of good stuff. I'm happy for this video. Really good. I don't care what you guys think. Go. Welcome back.
Welcome back to Third Phase of Moon. You've got the Cousins Brothers, and we've got a special report for you tonight. Buckle up. American Sasquatch, man, myth, or monster? It's going to take audiences on a groundbreaking investigation into the world's greatest mystery. But before we show you the world exclusive trailer and some updates, we're going to be covering in tonight's episode the Atlas. What is going on? It's in our solar system. Is this something ancient in origin, as they've stated in the history books long ago? Some kind of spaceship making its way towards Earth? Well, we've got a special report. A lot of people chiming in, a lot of social media on what Avi Loeb, Harvard professor, has to say. We've spoke to him recently with regards to this. He thinks that it could be something alien in nature. Listen up.
Did the comet 3I Atlas just release a UFO fleet over Mars? As the interstellar object flew past Mars, last October 4th, NASA's Perseverance rover saw something it shouldn't have. A massive, cylindrical object with strange, dish-like shapes on both ends. Look at the detail. This is a raw image directly from NASA. This wasn't just one object. It was a group. At the exact same time, another camera on the rover started taking a 9-minute time lapse. It captured not one, but at least 8 other objects streaking across the Martian sky. Scientists like Avi Loeb speculate that this isn't a comet at all, but a carrier that could deploy these smaller probes to observe Mars. As Professor Loeb said, this object has anomalies that defy natural explanation. For one, it's glowing towards the sun, which he called a bizarre tail from the forehead. It's also shedding nickel without iron, a chemical signature common in industrial alloys, hinting at a technological origin. And get this, it came from the exact same direction as the mysterious WOW signal detected back in 1977. So, where are the close-up shots from our powerful Mars orbiters? Well, just before this happened, NASA announced they couldn't upload any new high-resolution images due to a lack of federal funding. How convenient. So I have to ask, what did our rover really just witness? Was this a natural event, or our first real look at an interstellar fleet?
An interesting coincidence between the direction from where 3i Atlas came into the solar system and the direction of a radio signal that was very enigmatic, detected back on August 15th, 1977. It's called the WOW signal because the observer that discovered it wrote WOW on the data notes. I checked the direction from where the WOW signal came, and it was within 9 degrees of the arrival direction of 3i Atlas, which is an unusual coincidence because the chance of that happening at random is 0.6%, a very small probability.
Yes, it's the infamous 3i Atlas, and it just seems like the closer it gets, the more unexplainable it becomes. You know, the interstellar object making its way towards us that professors and media outlets are all insisting might be alien technology. Well, a literal YouTuber has taken probably the clearest photo of the object yet, somehow better than anything NASA has shown us so far. And let me tell you, this thing does not look like a comet. So sometime in the beginning of October, 3i Atlas has officially been hidden from view for us here on Earth as it passes behind the sun, only to emerge around the end of November, and be at its most visible point from Earth mid-December, at its closest approach to our planet. But right before it went behind the sun, it passed by Mars, which NASA has an active satellite orbiting, the Mars Reconnaissance Orbiter, MRO. And NASA previously mentioned it's reallocating a bunch of its space telescopes and satellites to observe 3i Atlas as it passes by, of which included MRO. But just recently, they put up a notice on their site saying, due to the lapse in federal government funding, NASA is not updating this website. Conveniently, just right before the expected Mars flyby of 3i Atlas. Does this mean they're not going to be taking a photo of it anymore? Whatever this means, it's just incredibly questionable timing. And every photo NASA has released of it so far has just been a blurry very pixelated blob that anyone can dismiss as just a comet, which it might be. But somehow, amateur astronomers are taking better pics of it from here on Earth than the biggest space agency in the world. YouTuber Dobsonian Power used his backyard telescope to take this photo of 3i Atlas, which is honestly pretty wild if you ask me. I mean, the shot is fairly blurry too, but we can clearly make out a shape that is quite angular, maybe even somewhat, I don't know, triangle shape.
Guys, this is literally gonna sound insane, but scientists are now saying that there's an alien spaceship just cruising through our solar system right now, and then NASA is saying that there's not. This is the truth about what 3i Atlas really is. So this is the third time that we've ever caught an interstellar object come through our solar system from another star. The first one that we found was actually the one called Oumuamua, which a lot of people are probably already gonna remember. This one is called 3i Atlas. It was discovered on July the 1st with that massive NASA-funded telescope that's located in Chile. NASA actually just dropped their sharpest images yet of this comet, and they're saying that the solid center is somewhere between 320 meters and 5.6 kilometers. That's obviously a really big question mark, but they're saying that that's not planet destruction big. So, is this a comet or is it an alien spaceship? They're saying that they're seeing dust and gas coming off of it, which is classic comet behavior. And if you're wondering why there's alien headlines going around everywhere, it's basically because this high-profile astronomer basically came out with a what if and said, what if it's tech? And then all of the media outlets basically just heard the word aliens and then did their thing.
And let's get into it with one of our favorite interstellar experts, Harvard professor Avi Loeb. Professor, welcome back. Starting with these new images from AESA's ExoMars orbiter. What stands out to you? Any surprises here?
Well, the fact is that we see an image very similar to the Hubble Space Telescope image that was obtained on July 21st. Qualitatively speaking, of course, the Hubble Space Telescope is a much bigger has a much bigger mirror, 2.4 meters in diameter, whereas this camera that was used on ExoMars is much smaller, and as a result, it can the low surface brightness in the envelope surrounding the core of the plume of the glow around the 3i Atlas. And I calculated that, in fact, the resolution of the camera of ExoMars is about 340 and we see that the image, the glow around 3i Atlas, is about 2 resolution elements, 2 pixels. We can tell that because the stars are point sources in the background, and they have a width that is roughly half of the width of the image of 3i Atlas. So altogether, we can see the core that was already apparent in the Hubble Space Telescope image.
A rare interstellar object the size of Manhattan could be an alien probe, according to Harvard scientists. Sorry, is an alien probe heading towards Earth? This is an interstellar object. It came from outside of the solar system and then traveled here, and it is the largest and fastest an interstellar object. It came from outside of the solar system and then traveled here, and it is the largest and fastest interstellar object we've ever seen. Harvard astrophysicist Avi Loeb suggested in a new paper that the object could be an intelligently directed alien craft observing Earth with a possibly hostile intentions. Let's check it out. Here's the paper, which is essentially a giant thought experiment saying, what if this was aliens? What would we see? What would happen? In fact, if we scroll to the conclusions, it says this. We strongly emphasize that this paper is largely an exercise with interesting discoveries and strange serendipities worthy of a record in the scientific literature. By far, the most likely outcome will be that 3i Atlas is a completely natural interstellar object, probably a comet, and the authors await the astronomical data to support this likely origin.
As it gets closer, we could probably decipher.
Scientists give chilling update on mysterious interstellar object racing through our solar system as they warn it's even bigger than we thought. Provide a chilling update on a mysterious interstellar object that's racing through our solar system using data from the Vera C. Rubin Observatory. Experts have revealed just how big the object dubbed 31 Atlas really is. According to their analysis, the object measures roughly 7 miles in diameter. Holy fuck. How big is New York City?
I thought it was 17
Bigger than
miles.
Mount Everest, making it the largest interstellar object ever spotted.
What's interesting is the trajectory and velocity of 3I Atlas has remained almost perfectly consistent for the entire time that we've been observing it.
It should!
Since the object was first spotted in early May up until right now in October, it has not sped up, slowed down, or changed direction by any meaningful amount. That might not sound weird, but if this were a comet, then it should be moving around a lot more. You see, comets heat up as they approach the sun, which causes them to melt, or technically to sublimate, which is what happens when a solid transitions directly into a gas. And the release of that gas tends to push the comet around in space, like a thruster. So a typical comet will change velocity and direction depending on what side is being exposed to the sun. We call that movement non-gravitational acceleration, or NGA. And we typically measure the average distance of variation that occurs in one day.
Oh my God, this whole
As
video
we've
is
seen,
about
3I Atlas has been doing a lot of sublimating already, including a mini tail that formed in the direction of the sun, which has now begun to evolve into a longer tail that is facing away from the sun. And yet, on a daily basis, the velocity and trajectory of 3I Atlas has only fluctuated by about 1.5 kilometers of NGA per day. Let's compare that with 2I Borisov, the most normal of the interstellar trio. It was measured to fluctuate over 100 kilometers per day, about 100 times more movement on average than Atlas.
What?
Now, one potential explanation would be that Atlas is bigger and therefore harder to move.
What?
Makes sense. But we can bring in another point of comparison.
But it's already
This
moving!
is Hale-Bopp. It's one of the biggest comets we've ever discovered in our solar system, at least as big as 3I Atlas, if not much bigger. We saw Hale-Bopp move around by an average of over 10 kilometers of NGA per day, again, around 10 times more than Atlas. And Oumuamua blows them all away. At some points, it was changing direction by over 1,000 kilometers per day. So even when compared to other interstellar objects, 3I Atlas is moving in a very strange way. It's holding such an unusually steady course that you could almost say it's intentional, as if it's being guided through the solar system. If 3I Atlas is a ship that is being steered, then not only can it hold a course, but it could, theoretically, also change course whenever it wants. Right now, we expect that 3I Atlas will end up being on the opposite side of the sun from the Earth as it passes through the inner solar system, so we won't have an opportunity to see it up close, or it won't have a chance to see us, unless somehow 3I Atlas is able to slow itself down as it passes by the sun and we find it waiting for us on the other side.
And then they say, but we should think outside the box when we see things like this and consider aliens. And that is because the author of this paper is Avi Loeb.
Yeah, that's enough. We're getting in the repeat zone here. The thing is, we're never going to see it. It's going to be blurry. It's going to be whitewashed. It's going to be too dark. It's going to be too grainy. It's going to be too far. It's going to be Avi Loeb's downfall. If it isn't already, and it should be, calling this an alien or a mothership, come on, man. You don't do that. And then, yeah, oh, this could be a mothership, and then we'll figure it out later. Creepo. And that's it for tonight. It's the weekend. Go enjoy yourselves. Thank you, moderators and super chatters, newcomers and veterans, for making this night enjoyable in the chat room. Appreciate you guys hanging out. Appreciate the support. You can still support, even if we're not here. All the links are in the show description and on the homepage of GoofOn. Go check out Rich Saves America, our second channel, which is going to be seeing some activity this weekend. So I want to thank everybody once again for hanging out here at GoofOn. Remember, if you ain't looking up, you ain't looking out. For ufology. Right? All right. I don't know what the hell that means. Alien bless everybody.
Steel wheels grind through the dark. Echoes of a question mark.